Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. Breaking news. They said the silence spoke louder than words. But when Xiao Zhan finally broke it, the world stopped to listen. After Wang Yibo's shocking statement about the rumored marriage that set social media on fire, fans around the globe held their breath. And now Xiao Zhan's response isn't just clarification. It's confession, emotion, and revelation all wrapped in one truth that no one expected. It began with a single interview. Wang Yibo, known for his calm and calculated words, sat before cameras under soft studio lights. The interviewer asked casually, too casually, is there any truth to the rumor that you and Xiao Zhan are closer than fans imagine? The air shifted. Yubo smiled, not the rehearsed idol smile, but one of quiet recognition. Some bonds, he said, don't need explanation. It was simple. Too simple. But in the world of fandom, where every word is decoded, analyzed, and rehearsed millions of times, simplicity becomes speculation. Within hours, hashtags exploded. Xiao Zhan, Wang Yibo, the untamed reunion, marriage rumor, Yubo statement. Clips of that one line flooded TikTok, Weibo, Twitter, each edit more emotional than the last. Fans cried. Others defended. Some whispered that Yubo had finally admitted something unspoken since the untamed, a truth hidden beneath years of professionalism and silence. But behind the curtain of frenzy, Xiao Zhan remained quiet. He didn't post. He didn't deny. And that silence, that haunting, deliberate silence, became louder than any statement could. For weeks, speculation grew cruel. They're fighting, said one headline. They're secretly engaged, said another. Publicists worked overtime, and studios tried to control the narrative. Yet, through all of it, Xiao Zhan watched calm, patient, almost sorrowful. Until one night, during a quiet live stream promoting his new drama, a fan asked directly, Zhanji, how do you feel about what Wang Yibo said? The room fell still. Even through the screen, you could feel his hard pause before he smiled faintly, the kind of smile that hides more than it reveals. I think, he began softly, sometimes we forget that behind the rumors, there are real people, and real feelings. He didn't deny it. He didn't confirm it. But every word carried weight, not of gossip, but of truth. And from that moment, the story shifted. To understand why this moment hit so deeply, we need to go back to the time when the Untamed wasn't just a show, but a phenomenon. It wasn't merely fiction, it was a shared heartbeat for millions. Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo's chemistry wasn't manufactured. It was magnetic, a blend of trust, respect, and unspoken understanding. Fans called it destiny. Industry insiders called it luck. But for those who watched them on and off screen, it felt like witnessing something too real to label. And yet, fame is a fragile thing in the world of Chinese entertainment. Every glance becomes evidence. Every word becomes a weapon. Xiao Zhan's career, once nearly destroyed by a fan war, taught him one painful lesson. Silence can protect, but it can also imprison. So when Wang Yibo made that statement, many assumed it was reckless. But what if it wasn't? What if it was his way of breaking the wall that fame built between them, of acknowledging something they were never allowed to say out loud? Xiao Zhan's later explanation added another layer. There are words we don't say because they belong to us, not the public. Yubo and I share things that can't be written in comments or headlines. It wasn't about romance or denial, it was about reclaiming humanity in a world that demands performance. Because to be a star in Asia's most competitive industry means living under endless scrutiny, where friendship, affection, and even loyalty are rebranded as scandal. In that moment, Xiao Zhan wasn't he just defending himself or Yubo. He was protecting something pure. Something real. And that's what fans felt, the ache of two souls who built an empire together, only to be torn between truth and survival. Then came the turning point. During a fan event weeks later, a reporter asked Yubo whether he regretted saying too much. Yubo's answer stunned everyone. He said, "I don't regret honesty. I only regret timing." It was brief, but loaded, the kind of phrase that echoes in the heart long after it's spoken. For Xiao Zhan, hearing those words was like reopening an old letter. He shared a cryptic post later that night: "When the storm passes, we'll still be who we were." No tags. No names. But everyone knew. Behind the scenes, industry insiders reported a quiet reconciliation between the two, not because they ever truly fought, but because they finally understood each other again. For years, their paths diverged, one chasing music, one chasing film, but somehow, fate kept pulling them back into the same orbit. That's the thing about bonds built under fire: they don't fade. They harden. The entertainment world thrives on drama, but what Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo have built transcends the headlines. It's not just friendship, not quite romance, but something in between, something born from trust, silence, and survival. As Xiao Zhan once said, "The world only sees what's public. The rest belongs to us." And maybe, that's the most honest truth anyone in their position could ever offer. At its core, this isn't just about two stars and one rumor. It's about human connection, the kind that survives misunderstanding, distance, and fame's brutal spotlight. Xiao Zhan's words reminded fans that love in any form doesn't always need labels to be real. And Wang Yibo's honesty, however cryptic, proved that sincerity can exist even in silence. In a world obsessed with exposure, these two chose dignity. In a fandom that thrives on proof, they offered trust. And perhaps, that's why their story resonates so deeply, because somewhere between scripted drama and unscripted emotion, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo have shown the world that connection, real, messy, and untamed, is the truest form of art. If this story touched you the way it did millions around the world, hit subscribe, not just for news, but for stories that remind us why we feel in the first place. Because in the world of K-drama and C entertainment,